It's the Dragon Egg, part 3. For the life of me, I cannot imagine you guys thinking anything's ever gonna get done if you don't fucking do it. For the life of me. It's like never happened. Ever. All right. We have the dragon egg set up with the elements, with the yolk, everything, right? If you need to set the yolk on fire, ask Gracie to do it. She usually doesn't deny anybody. Like how I hear, my negativity is too much for people. I'm not negative. I'm honest. Statistics aren't negative, they're facts. Your guys' fear about facts, that's what's negative. Perspective shift. Your guys' unwillingness to look at your shadows and your even just look at yourself naked. That's negative. See all your cellulite? Try to hide it. Wear makeup just to cover shit up. That's negative. Pray and meditate just to get control over your own brain. Again, that's negative. If you were really positive, you wouldn't even need to do that because you'd just be connected to God. So what you don't like in me, again, it's the one-way mirror teaching. You might see me as negative, but that's because you guys are. To be a seraphim, you have to be in battle and not drop your vibrations. That means you have to exist in the fiery pits of hell and not let it control you. So you have to be able to see the demons and battle them, and then not, like, you have to do it ballerina style. Most of the time. I have never met a person who has more grace unless they're like an athlete that can handle the sheer pain and just overpower it. And usually ballerinas do it the best. Settle into your root chakra. If you cannot settle into your root chakra, it's because you're negative. And there's a demon in you. That's an I can't instead of I can. So get on Earth Star. And feel your root chakra beneath your bottom and your feet firmly on the ground. And then your energy process through your body. And then take a deep breath. Dragons aren't negative. Humans are. Dragons burning humans to death. Not negative. Unless it's like Toothless being controlled by the master, the human, right? Drogo or something. And then trying to burn Hiccup. But Toothless's natural state, without human interference, is not to burn Hiccup. Drogon was not forced by Khaleesi to burn down a village. How you handle this shadow component is exactly proportional to how negative you are. Because if you were a true master, this would not surprise you, or faze you, or be weird at all. You would go, I understand it. And let your body handle it. All right. To do dimension 0, you have to be here. To do dimension quadruple 0, you definitely have to be here. So we're going to layer in dimension quadruple 0. And we will do it for a minute. I like to see it like poop or goo being dropped into the egg in a spiral substance. And it goes all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top. And then we do dimension triple 0. Spiral it. Let it drop. I'm going to look at my timer and see if I can get this perfect. Dimension double 0. Spiral it down. Dimension 0. This is Lucifer's dimension. Lucy likes to hang out here. I like to hang out in quadruple. All right, dimension 1. Creation materia. It's potentiality. I'll give you guys multiple definitions of the dimensions. So eventually you'll get a deeper understanding of them. Instead of saying the same words, sometimes I'll try a new angle. Dimension 2, call it the psychic dimension. Sidekick. Dimension 3. Wow, that's gotten cleaner. I call it the mental prison dimension. So why it's gotten cleaner is because I've graduated the mirror prison. Or graduating. So all of a sudden it doesn't look like a prison anymore. You guys are all stuck in code. Yeah, there's a correspondence to the order of the tree in these dimensions, by the way. There's always correspondences. All right, dimension 4. You can wait 5 seconds. This is the other place most of you guys are stuck in. Dimension 4. Now, if you're really good, you might just start seeing the light. It might start glowing gold. .4D awareness is like time space continuum, astral imprinting. Yeah, your dragon should have all of the dimensions and not just 5. That's fucking weird. All right, dimension 5. You don't master the dimensions unless you master all of them. It's the delusion you guys are living in. If you speak to Hathor and she's in a bubble, it's because she's planning on reincarnating into a physical body. You cannot be a master without mastering the physical. As above, so below. How would you even incarnate as a star or a planet if you can't even master like an anthropomorphic human form life force? Logic. Do the math. All right, that's dimension 5. So the magic starts coming through more. All right, dimension 6. I call this the soul dimension. Which is weird. We'll talk about the 66th dimension when we get to Gebra. Not allowed to rewrite soul contracts without the dragon's permission. Ever. Those soul contracts are bound to dragon fire. Death by dragon fire. Do you understand? I don't think anybody understands accountability to God. All right. Dimension 7. Light. So this is like the biblical dimension. Like Christ light. It's different than E.T. out of the universe light, or out of the solar system, etc. If you're a gray, it's hard to be a Christian if it doesn't fit into the gray laws. But you can see the values. Because the grays exist in dimension 8. they're above the Bible. So dimension 8. Now we call it the crazy 8 for a reason. It's hard. You'd have to be able to look at me and not be afraid. Nine. Okay, so Star says Dimension 8 is now into the past. Through experience. Faces morph, see past lives, process of remembering, soul lessons, clear karma. And then we go 9. It's going to be now into the future. Or, no, it's celestial and celestial guidance. That's better. Okay, so the difference of this is that everything in the future in the astral world is the past. And everything we're creating and programming from the physical, that's the future. Because the future hasn't happened from the physical plane yet. Ever. Except through dimension 10. Intention dimension. So dimension 9, celestial and celestial guidance. Cosmic devas. Spirit guides, angels. The types of angels that come through dimension 9 are like Mother Andromeda. Not like dimension 7 angels. Not like the Bible angels. Cosmic deva angels, that kind of angel. All right. Now into the old angels. Like Grandmother Yu is a dimension 9 angel. All right. Oversold tree deva. All right. Dimension 10, now into the future. This is because we create the future from here, today, now. It does not exist in the astral planes. That's the past. I intend today. Every single one of you guys rests on your laurels that somehow the future exists without creating it in intention dimension. This is why you revisit the Secrets of the Mexican Shamans video and you do more work. And you look at the paradigm cube and you do more work. And you take your light language classes and you go do your slava. And you do your dragon egg gridding, etc. Dimension 10. Dimension 11. Bones. This is where we can start building the bones. Just layer it in astral light. And feel it. Feel it. Dimension 12. Muscles. Bring those muscles in. That feels good. How many times have you lied to yourself about how much you didn't need to work out? And then you lost all of your strength? And you're like, crap, I lied to myself. Like a month passes and you're like, I haven't done yoga. Then you try to do it and you're like, I can't. How do we stop? The key for Hode, we're gonna make be honest. That's how we stop lying to ourselves. You know, another way we stop lying to ourselves and making sure we do all of these dragon eggs instead of just dragon egg 1, like what most people want to do. All right. Dimension 13. Nervous system. So we layered in Sorry if I'm running this a little bit longer, but sometimes it feels good to just have it a little more solid. Dimension 14. Circulatory system. These dimensions are easier to put in to the dragon egg because we've been doing it. Whereas the new ones are more challenging. Dimension 15, respiratory. Like, I can breathe again. Just barely, but I can. Dimension 16, digestive. We've been on this one for a while. Dimension 17, endocrine system. I feel Kelly coming in strong here. I can feel it. It's intense. All right. There we go. Dimension 18. Reproductive. think everything that's good that you have that needs to be reproduced. And usually it's your virtues. That's what needs to be reproduced. Your work ethics. What else needs to be? Maybe cash flow. Buying stuff. Like, do you understand? So, like, the virtuous things. Unless it's buying land to put farms on. I forget who I'm talking to. There are some things that are investments and others that are waste. Education is an investment, but be mindful. Mindful. I'm not dogmatic. Be conscious. If you want to take a unicorn magic class at the mystery school, it might be fun. Do you understand? All right. If you want to take their Kabbalah program, it's going to help you in just this way. It's supplemental. But be mindful. If you're gonna feed a viper, don't get pissed if it bites you. Alright, that's reproductive. What else is power for your grids to come through? That's a good reproductive. Alright. Reproducing my grids like the paradigm cube into your fields is good for reproductive. And what else is good for reproductive? Saying like Khaleesi's intentions for Secrets of the Mexican Shamans, my intentions, or I make them better. That kind of thing. That could be reproductive. There's almost nothing that's like... There's almost nothing of my intentions that is too specific that you... Okay? So it's like every beat of my heart and I get to my mate. Okay? You guys get to your mate. And you can always override it. Your higher self can override it. Okay. Then we have lymphatic, dimension 19. And we'll pick up the pace in the 20s and 30s. Lymphatic feels very grounding. It's brown. Yes, we can put the transfiguration spell in at the end, okay? And then we've got dimension 20, urinary. Now, if you understand, this is where God's pissed. So you'll start seeing lightning, like Zeus coming to throw shit at you or other people. You'll hear Elizabeth Warren is referred to as a lightning rod. It's because God's throwing lightning at her. She's not the wrong one. You guys are. That lightning is Shakti. I will teach and train everyone how to handle that Shakti and not burn out. All right. We did urinary. Now we do invasive, dimension 21. And we'll go a little faster. I'm going to look at the clock. And at the slides. That should clean up some of the astral stuff. Should start giving you freedom. It's the again dimension. All right. Vortex recognition, dimension 22. Senses. In dimensional mastery, we'd like run through the dimensions every day, but we would do it so fast. Like 100 dimensions in like an hour. And you're like, I don't know. And it was like running through instead of like building it into an egg, like a melting pot. And then Star would go, bleed in, let go and bleed, surrender to the dimensions. And I was like, I don't know what that means. But with the egg, I like this process better because we can do it for years. And we can slowly build it and merge with it. kind of, I like, it's the tortoise teaching. Star had the Shakti a bit, and then we're gonna really ground it. Her job was to give as much punch to people in a short amount of time as possible. My job is to create an empire that will exist on the planet. It's a different format. And then Star can be reborn and then get to go to Harry Potter Hogwarts land. And then that's the karma cycle. Do you see? All right. Dimension 23. It's going to be vortex amplification. So we got 23. Just making the vortex bigger and stronger. Amplification can also mean more dense or powerful. So I'm tapped out here. And why am I tapped out here? Because this is where we stopped at our yesod. Something like about vortex, like just this. So I'm going to take a break. And then we're going to grid again. But I'm going to pause the video. And then start back in another 15 to 20 minutes. I don't even know if I'm properly rested. Dimension 24. Vortex closure. Vortex, Dimension 25, vortex manipulation. Getting a good download that I could just set my space a little bit better, and it would change the vortex in this place. Vortex 26, dimension 26, vortex polarity. This is where you flip the negative to the positive. So weird. For me, it's on like an autopilot switch about how do I look at it from a half empty or a half full. And then it fucks with my brain, right? See all the people who haven't shown up yet somehow they don't need to, or they're masters or have done their work. And my brain is just like, it's like the picture of Khaleesi vomiting. And then the other part of me sees the potentiality of you guys becoming heroes. And then I'm like, and I don't know which one to choose. So that's just the emotional polarity, mental emotional polarity. It's the difference of me being on Earth Star versus in my crown chakra. Earth Star is where the discernment happens. So if it's negative and it's discernment, then it's negative. if it doesn't look good, it still is what is happening in reality right now. Instead of la la future land. Vortex polarity. Energy to change a fight scenario. Okay. Dimension 27, vortex creation. It's kind of weird at vortex closure. I felt tapped out, but now I don't. Maybe it's that energy. Vortex creation. The whole dragon egg is a vortex creation. So when I need to look at it, I just go to the central spinal column at the bottom of the dragon egg and then spiral it up around the dragon egg and around the spine. And then I start to feel it getting to my feet. And it slowly gets bigger up through the egg. It's a slow vortex. We will do the dimensions in every dragon egg like this, yes. So every month we will do a new dragon egg, and you guys can do this on your own also. It's not a bad idea to do like dragon egg part 1, dragon egg part 2 the next day, dragon egg part 3 the next day, if you only have an hour, right? Or to speed it up, I'm starting to feel like Opal in the Airbender movie. Korra. And yeah, the vortex creation actually feels like spinning energy. That feels good. All the way up to the top. All right. Dimension 28. Portals sensory. None of you guys are advanced enough for this, so just grid your egg with it and let it happen naturally. And we're stepping into the unknown. Maybe one of you can do it. Honestly, in my life, I've sensed a gray portal. I've sensed the elven portal. I've sensed a fairy portal. And I've sensed the upside down 11 portal. They were life-changing experiences of mine. It's not like an everyday kind of thing. Okay. All right. Oh, I've also sensed a portal to hell. Different than the upside down world. And then another thing with Lucy. So 6 experiences. And then there was that other one. And then that's another 7. Again, still life-changing experiences. How often was I high? Once. Just once. I've also sensed the portal opening up into the freezer with the fairy realm when we would start doing the ice spikes. And then there's the gates to heaven opening up was not like, I didn't feel like it was a portal. It was different. Okay, 28. Portal recognition. Dimension 29. Same thing. Just grit it. Grit it into your home, into the egg, and allow for things to come naturally. Hathor's building a portal to me from Egypt. That's something gonna be interesting. We're gonna see how that manifests. It's a process. Dimension 30, portal stability. I feel the dragons come in for me for this one. It's humbling. Feels like a wall moves. Whenever I really feel the dragons, I feel like a fluff ball. Like nothing. Like my strength comes from my connection to God and intelligence. That's it. And then like my love for them. That's that's it. Like I rarely get afraid of them. I do get intimidated by them, though. Because they're massive, and you're like, am I even worthy of this? Especially when it's not Charlie, if it's another one, or if it's not Charlie, or it's just the ones I've bonded with. I'm okay. It's like people. All right, Dimension 31. I'm opening a portal. I'm very good at this. So, that etheric, I will cut through that etheric energy through in beyond the physical realm. It may take a few months, but I'll cut through it. And then I just feel like God saying, or I'll cut you. God's like, definitely open these portals or you're gone. This is how you know there's love. If I say I'll cut you, just understand that that's how God trains me. And I still have the intelligence to go. There's grace. The point is he's setting a boundary. God is not at war with the planet. God is at war with the humans. All right. $32. Dimension 32. Portal uses. Uses. This is where you tell the portal what type of portal it is. Or it tells you. That's usually how it works, isn't it? All right. Dimension 33, invisibility. Layer it in. This one's easy for me. What the? Five people know I exist. Like, I could have 5,000 friends on Facebook, but 5 people know I exist. Just understand that. The only time I know that people know that I exist is if I say something that is so socially awkward or inappropriate to them, because they don't understand anything. They think I'm a follower of social norms instead of a magician. All right. Dimension 34, visible projection. Pretty good at this too. Layer it in. I feel like I do this every day. I can project a flat image into your brain on Facebook. Or telepathically. Or with intention. Patricia's getting some stuff. That's cool. All right. Dimension 35. Holographic awareness. I feel like the egg's already built with holographic awareness. I think that's all this is. Just blend, just let it keep going. I need to get a maid. I can't. There's only so much work I can do where I'm not gonna tip over. Okay, so in holographic awareness, that's where I start feeling like I'm supposed to be retired right now. Instead of everybody's slave. Let's confirm that. Is that the correct statement? Is that not the correct statement? I was supposed to be retired yesterday. More than fucking I'm supposed to be done. I already got the messages from God to like cut this class. And then there's that part of me that's like, I'm gonna be accountable just to my own kids or my own students. Am I gonna be punished by not listening to God? Let's ask that question. No. I was going to say the only punishment is like self-punish. It's like self-mutilation. Do you understand? It's I got poison oak on my hands. And poison oak is, and this was at the same time I was receiving all these different messages to like cut the class down and stop working, right? Take a break, relax. And the oak is the grounded Malkuth. Grounded. So if it's too grounded and too much work, it's poison. And then it literally forced me to not even pick up or like type. Like it hurt to type and it hurt to use my pen. It hurt. Poison oak. And it was only on my hands and all over my fingers. This was a week ago, so you understand. Like when God does something like that out of the blue. Like, where did I get poison? My backpack. It just appeared. How do I treat poison oak? That's a good question. I'm hearing it. I wash my hands, and then I put on a Vino lotion because I like that scentless oatmeal kind of lotion. And then I put rosemary oil on my hands, and then after a few days, it just went away. It was really easy and inexpensive. My mother has to buy this really fancy soap. And I'm like, no. So that rosemary oil like cut the bacteria oil. And then it kind of made it tingle and clean. So, yay, Hode. I had the rosemary oil because of Hode. All right. Lavender didn't feel right. So I went with the rosemary. All right, so then we got Dimension 36 holographic read. I think I was just teaching you something about holographic reading. When a disease shows up, figure out why. A storyline comes attached. Dimension 37, holographic comprehension. I'm pretty sure God can put these in a lot heavier the next round. So God does not work against intelligence like this. God works with it. Right? These are, Yeah, like this is God. I'm pretty sure God would rather work with this than like rapist computer stuff. Okay. But if God has to work with the computer, then God works with the computer. Just get some pragmatism going on in the planet. So, Kabbalah is the language of God. Because so God will work with Kabbalah. It's not going to take away, it's only going to add. There is a difference. That's the problem with Kylo Ren. He somehow thinks that like things are, it's like a nihilistic perspective towards life. Feudalistic, nihilistic. Instead of like creative. Even I am destructive, but like I'll burn down a planet to like build the biggest little farm planet and then 50 Hogwarts. Like that. It's creative. Alright, so 37. Holographic comprehension. Surrender to this dimension. Alright, dimension 38, holographic setting. Oh, is our egg? Yay! Man, star. I got this better than you. I feel her kissing me on the lips. Telling me she loves me. Alright, holographic setting. Make sure you go to the bottom of the egg, right? All right. Holographic imprint. Man. Used to be afraid of the number 39. Now I'm like, yeah, this sounds good. You don't understand, but that's okay. Yeah, 39. Holographic imprint. Man, yeah, that's better. It's those stupid dogmas we attach numbers or sequences to that haunt us, and then we're like, oh, well, we're going to have to get over that real fast. Like the number 13. Number 1. The number 13 is the number of the high priestess. Number 2. She says on the 13th path. Number 2, the number 13 is is like the divine femme. Again, the high priestess. It's like the cyclical nature of life instead of the square, systematic that. All right, 39. Man, home like feels, more solid here now. Okay, dimension 40, holographic manipulation. I just feel God going, this is too much for you. Then dumps the honey into the egg. Holographic 40. Just think God's gonna dump you. Dump honey all over you. It's too much for me. It's probably too much for you guys. And let that honey drop to the bottom, and that's dimension 40. I don't even know. Maybe that's the precursor to dimension 40. All right. Last but not least. Maybe we try to see if we can get dimension 40 on top of the honey. Hold on. Just experiment. If you hear the rubbing sound, it's me rubbing my jeans in like spiral, like wax on, wax on. Then dimension 41, holographic projection. Oh, there goes my disbelief genome. The one where it tells myself that I'm somehow crazy. That's the word. That was a demon. Okay, dimension 41. That's how we get out of that. Nobody wants to be doing magic all day long, and then their left brain that can't compute taps out and it goes, I'm just crazy. Doesn't work well. I know a lot of you guys are like, crazy things have been happening. Like, some of you guys just have dreams with like metaphoric messages, and you guys are afraid to even tell me those. Like, and to me, they're textbook and are in complete alignment to all of the messages God is telling me about you guys. So don't feel weird when you're like, oh, I got blessed by Pan today. Can I drink the green liquid? All right, like stuff like that. Or if you think you hear me in the astral planes, unless I tell you to like kill somebody or get yourself in trouble, like it's probably okay. Or try not to like waste your money on like, if it sounds very different to something I'd say in the video, that's when you might want to email me and go, well, is this something you agree with or not? I doubt I have an evil twin that my Gabra is like balanced and she's fucking cool. All right. So the dark twin component is Elijah. Like, not me. So my evil component might also sound like Maleficent. Okay. That's about as bad as it's gonna get. But it's all things that I've said on Facebook, so it's not going to be any different. 41. Holographic projection. Getting that gridded up. Now we're going to do a final transfiguration grid. It's the transfiguration charm. And it's a goo. We're going to put it into the bottom of the egg and let it come through. I hear Lucy saying this should be on the outside of the egg. No, just is it both? I don't know. Alright. Now Lucy's explaining my brain. Alright. Up, 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 up. And we protego totalum. Salvio Hexiot, Duriet, and then Intelligentsiet, Heart Center Love Light, Portal Vortex Through the Night, and then I got that. It's a beautiful little green light, like Moana holding it, right? And then we go up. And a little bit of soul magic, should be purple sparkle dust. And then we send spikes out and then regrid the egg on the outside, and then we coat it in the O pearlescent goober jelly on the outside of the egg. And then we send another layer of metal mesh. And then we do a grape jelly. And then another layer of metal mesh. And then the black tar heroin charm goo. And then another layer of metal mesh. And this is where the Kali charm comes through. Not the Khaleesi charm, but the Kali one. It's the red octopus. And it's a taffy. And then some phthalo green. It's like mermaidy, dark mermaidy sparkle dust powder on that carmine taffy, dark red taffy. And then it burns and it purifies, and then it turns into a candy apple red egg. Because you all motherfuckers are seraphim that exist in Gabriel. At a baseline. And your Gabriel looks like a shiny candy apple, like red Ford Mustang. Do you understand? like red, pretty red candy apple. For the Gabriel egg for Kabbalah 99, it's gonna look that nice or better. All right. And then on top of the candy apple red, we can put the invisibility powdered dust. It's usually like a navy blue sparkles. I'm gonna get out of the delusion that any of you guys are like more advanced than me yet. So I'm gonna say, unless you are, like, then if you are and you're not showing up, I'm gonna come after you. It's not gonna be pretty. That would be like an evil twin energy. So you never know what you never know. Right, that invisibility powder comes through, and then it is good. And then some of you might get blessed with maleficent charm to be poured onto your egg. And that has that sparkle green, black and green sparkle. And then Lucy says, that's good. We're good. All right. Ask a dragon or God, with God lightning to light it up. One time when God lit up my egg, it was the most profound experience of my life. Because I literally watched this giant fireball and I could feel it come from the heavens in the sky. And it was more powerful than a dragon. Like, and then come and just anchor on the home. So sometimes God's cool. That's when that's like epic biblical God that will make like Noah's Ark and Moses stuff happen. All right. We're getting blessed with spider magic charm. That's whenever you hear that voice come out of me, that's Lucy. Sounds like a kid. Spider mat. So you'll feel the spiders and they're going to start weaving new things into your life, your matrix, and your body. All right. We're good, right? I'm going to put the Fiento Duri on the spider magic charm. See if that should only help. Anything else? I'm like, where's a star in this? Feel her. Put another star. Starlight. Okay. I think we're good, right? That's it. Khaleesi, Color Run, out.